Some interesting news going on, of course, because the Labour Party continues to disintegrate, and our friend of the pod, Louise Haigh, opens fire. A very small clique, primarily of men with a fetish for the worst elements of New Labour, have pushed interests in their own interest. Revelations we continue to see around Mandelson and now Matthew Doyle are evidence of that. Fully on Louise's side on this one, given, well, no, that's not true. I sympathise with Louise on this one because I'd rather she was still the Secretary of State for Transport. We'd be in a genuinely better position right now as a railway. But two things obviously water that down a little bit. One, she's still in the Labour Party. She could have left and become an independent. So, two, she was all in on Owen, what's his name, Smith back in the day. So, who was very much the New Labour guy at that point. Anyway, so let's keep enjoying the bin fire that is the Labour Party as they disintegrate, and basically what they're doing currently is sticking knives into Keir Starmer, ready to all pull them out at once on May the 8th and leave him to it at that point. So what else is in the news? Yeah, that's right. Burning wood for power worse for climate than gas equivalent report finds. A really nice little report. Research casts doubt on plans by UK government to offer subsidies for carbon capture attached to the power source. Carbon capture is nonsense. Drax should be shut down. Yeah, that's essentially the news there. All of us knew that. Drax have been greenwashing their whole operation for a long time. Yes, they're a big flow on the railways, but so is coal, and it's good that that's not the case anymore. What else is in the news? Oh yeah, Trump. It's a climate hero. And Iran, I mean, I'm obviously joking, but only in the sense that he decided to force Iran to remind the whole of the Western Hemisphere that stuff is real. For the second, well, basically as they did 50 years ago, and completely shifted the global economy into, no, we need to escape from the real commodities into making the whole economy fake. Well, Iran has just reminded everyone, no, the economy is still real, and it's been a rude awakening. For example, Lufthansa has cut 20,000 flights to save fuel as the price of fuel is soaring. Delicious. The German carrier cancelled about 120 daily flights and said it would drop unprofitable routes from Munich and Frankfurt until the end of the summer season. Wop, wop, what a shame. So this is going to be good for carbon emissions. Why not keep it that way? That would be good. Let's just do that. Here's the fun one. Yeah, daily commodities on water by destination trading region. You can see here that this is kerosene jet fuel, and there's not any. It's dropping through the floor. Bye, crikey. And are the railways ready for this? Absolutely not, no. Another interesting report, I mean, partly some of the stuff that John Worth has been doing, and I look forward to John coming on the pod actually to talk about this. Almost half of the EU's busiest flight routes are hard or impossible to book on trains. This is one of the key things that EU should just be absolutely prioritising, is getting a list of the top 100, and I mean 100 flights within the EU, and ensuring that each and every one of those has a sufficient rail corridor that can take that flight out of the sky. It's been done before on routes, Paris, Strasbourg, Brussels, Paris, Brussels. These sort of routes have had their air share absolutely obliterated by high-speed rail. Well, we should be prioritising that across the whole of Europe. It's extremely frustrating. Things like, why are we faffing with booking systems that prevent cross-border rail tickets from being booked? It's just hopeless, absolutely hopeless. In some nicer news, Buchanan's bus station master plan. Some of the updates have been presented in front of Glasgow City Council. I haven't dug into the details of the accommodation and the residential stuff, but you know what? It looks on the face of it. This looks nice and smart, and we'd like a nice, smart bus station. Hopefully, it'll be accessible. Nice SPT branding. Lovely job. And last but by no means least, farewell line-side phones. I have no idea why you still exist. Yeah, we've finally got agreement as a railway industry from the ORR to stop providing line-side phones that no one uses next to the railway. Some people say, well, it's a useful backup, but no, GSMR is so reliable now as a form of contact, combined with mobile phones. The combination of GSMR, which, by the way, we have to have GSMR coverage. That's the thing you do. Rather than having these line-side phones, you just have to make sure that there is always reliable GSMR coverage. So you do coverage surveys, you do all that sort of stuff to make sure that it has that coverage. But they need to provide fixed line-side phones and get the driver out of the cab and put them in harm's way next to the track. Absolutely not. It's a stupid thing that we had the ability to have got rid of 20 years ago. I'm very glad that we are now going to begin to do that, and I hope we see a rolling program of work to actually start maybe removing these bloody things from everywhere.